Pixar and Disney haven't been able to hit a home run with audiences for a few years now. The new stories they have aimed for, Onward, Soul, Luca, Turning Red, Lightyear, and Elemental, haven't managed to stand out. That's why, to a large extent, they quickly went for this Inside Out sequel, a film with a brilliant concept. Watching a movie where our emotions are represented by various characters and that each mind is a parallel world was incredible to see in 2015. And so, Inside Out 2 arrives in theaters. The animation presents a very accurate story with a very good central character, but it still feels like a cheap transaction with the audience to stand out quickly. What is Inside Out 2 about? The movie, now directed by Kelsey Mann, who makes his directorial debut, starts exactly when Riley enters adolescence. This catches joy, sadness, anger, fear, and disgust, the original emotions, by surprise. Without much warning, new emotions unknown to them fall into the control room. Envy, ennui, boredom in French, shame, and anxiety. This last one seems to be the leader of this new team, and effortlessly begins to take control of Riley's actions. The big problem with all of this, it's not just the anxiety, is that these changes coincide with a very important weekend for our girl. Riley is going with her friends to a hockey tryout, the sport she plays, to join her high school team. This is when the new emotions want to take control of Riley over the original emotions so that our protagonist creates a new personality. What did we think of the movie? To get straight to the point, in Inside Out 2, anxiety, voiced by Maya Hawke in the original version, carries this entire movie. Her existence and actions perfectly align with the behavior of new generations. Not that anxiety didn't exist before, but now the word is normalized. In other words, seeing the character is like seeing oneself on screen. It's that perfect. It seems unbelievable, but more than for the kids, this movie should be mandatory viewing for older folks who are skeptical about this emotion. The movie also has a story that flows very well, where we learn more about this world and can enjoy more of the original characters. That said, the new ones, aside from anxiety, are a bit lacking as they don't have much involvement in the story. However, the reality is that finding something bad directly about this movie is like looking for a needle in a haystack. It's good, interesting, entertaining, funny at times, and by the end, it has a great lesson, where not only does anxiety learn to be better, but the original emotions also learn that they can't control everything. Humans are a bundle of all the things we've done and thought. There are no black and whites, we are gray. Being envious, suffering from anxiety, not caring about things, going through moments with shame and fear, getting angry, crying, and being very optimistic doesn't make us good or bad, it makes us precisely what we are, human. Keep in mind, none of these things define us 100%, because every day we have the opportunity to improve. Far from the "and they lived happily ever after" message, this adult message is very accurate and aligns with this new Pixar that is aimed for movies with somewhat more serious ideas. So, is this bad or does it have problems? Not at all, but it doesn't end up being the epic and unforgettable story that makes you leave the theater crying. In other words, Pixar's great strength. Inside Out 2 feels more like a good episode of a series. Another problem that the characters have to overcome. This is especially evident in the ending, which feels very rushed, or in the general situation that Riley's character is experiencing. This whole hockey team thing is a bit forgettable. It's true that repeating such a good idea as the one seen in the first film is difficult, but one would expect something a bit more memorable. I repeat, the movie isn't bad, but ultimately there are stories from which one expects a bit more. Why do we feel entitled to demand more? I don't know. It probably has to do with anxiety. This was my review of Inside Out 2. Thanks for sticking around until the end. If you enjoyed it, show some love by hitting that like button and subscribing to our channel. Your support keeps the magic going and helps us bring you more awesome content. Join the Flixion family and let's explore the world of movies together. See you in the next video.